Before an international audience, Russian President Vladimir Putin delivered a speech filled with pride, defiance, and a resolute vision for Russia's future. Standing before a massive Victory Day crowd in Moscow, Putin framed the current conflict in Ukraine not just as a military operation, but as a continuation of the legacy of past Russian sacrifices. Putin began his address by invoking the spirit of Russia's World War II veterans, emphasizing the courage of those who fought against Nazism alongside allied nations, portraying the ongoing special military operation as a modern-day defense of Russia's sovereignty and history.
The Soviet Union took upon itself the most ferocious, merciless blows of the enemy. Millions of people who knew only peaceful labor took up arms and stood to the death on all heights, bridgeheads, and lines.
For Putin, the fight in Ukraine goes beyond territorial disputes. It's about preserving Russia's national identity and security.
Russia was and will be an indestructible barrier to Nazism, Russophobia, anti-Semitism, and will fight against the atrocities committed by the proponents of these aggressive, destructive ideas. Truth and justice are on our side. The entire country, society, and people support the participants of the special military operation. We are proud of their courage and determination, that strength of spirit which has always brought us only victory.
Before, the speech was primarily aimed at domestic audiences, but also carried a message for the international community. Putin sought to present Russia's actions as justified, framing them as a defense against ideologies like Russophobia and historical revisionism, which he associates with external critics. He made it clear that Russia would not tolerate what he called distortion of history or attempts to rewrite the past. In his remarks, Putin linked the current conflict to a deep-rooted struggle for Russia's place in the world, a battle to protect its legacy and to counter attempts to undermine the historical role of Russian soldiers.
We remember the lessons of the Second World War and will never agree with the distortion of its events, with attempts to justify executioners and slander the true victors. Our duty is to defend the honor of the fighters and commanders of the Red Army, the great feat of representatives of different nationalities, who will forever remain in world history as Russian soldiers. We will always remember that the opening of the Second Front in Europe, after the decisive battles on the territory of the Soviet Union, hastened the victory.
But what was most striking in Putin's address was the emphasis on unity. He positioned Russia's military actions as a cause supported not just by the government, but by every citizen, likening the current situation to the collective resolve of the Soviet people during World War II. In Putin's vision, this is a national mission, one that unites Russia against external forces and guarantees the future of the nation.
Our fathers, grandfathers, and great-grandfathers saved the fatherland and bequeathed to us to defend the motherland, to be united, to firmly uphold our national interests, our thousand-year history, culture, traditional values. Everything that is dear to us, that is sacred to us. The Nazis' plans to seize the Soviet Union were shattered by the truly iron unity of the country. The heroism of the people was massive.
For the world, however, the message is more complicated. While Putin calls for unity and defends Russia's actions, the global community remains divided. Western nations view the military operation as unjustified aggression, a violation of Ukraine's sovereignty. Yet Putin's rhetoric portrays Russia as a defender of truth and justice, protecting its identity against ideologies like Russophobia that he claims threaten its legacy.